Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos where I give you the opportunity to test your comic book grading skills up against actual results from CGC. I am very excited about this video because today, this is going to be the first video in a series of videos where we take a look at books that have come back from CGC that are in not one, not two, but 3 different boxes that I have here back from CGC. These boxes contain a total of 45 different books. These books are here thanks to big friend to the channel, Octavio. Octavio has once again made his submissions to CGC available to all of us so that we can test our comic book grading skills. Thank you so much, Octavio. I really appreciate it. I highly recommend that you all follow Octavio on Instagram. His Instagram is Octavio Torres, all one word with 2 R's in Torres, _OT. Octavio Torres _OT. I'll put the link for his Instagram down in the comments. But this is really great. I'm gonna get about 14 or 15 different test your comic book grading skills videos out of this submission. It's a great opportunity for all of us to test our own individual comic book grading skills. As we do in these videos, we're gonna do what we always do. We are going to take a look at 3 books at a time when they were raw. Video that I made of them before they were sent to CGC. We are going to assess them for any flaws, any damage, any defects, anything that might affect the grade negatively. Then we're gonna pull 3 books at a time out of these boxes and we're gonna see what grade did CGC give the books. Were our guesses correct? Were they way off? If they're way off, we'll do a little bit of a post-grading analysis. See if we can't figure out what CGC was thinking after the fact. All right, I think that's enough said. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first 3 books from this collection raw and assess them ourselves. First up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 238. This is a fun book. And this book is actually in really pretty good condition. It does have flaws like those color-breaking spine ticks right there. But the rest of the spine looks good from this angle. You always have to change the angle and look from this direction. Now you're going to see several small color-breaking spine ticks on this book. This will be the largest determining factor that will affect the grade of this book. And color-breaking spine ticks, you need to think about a couple different things with them. One, how severe are they? In this instance, they aren't too severe. They're not too bad at all. So that shouldn't hurt the grade too significantly. But there are a handful of them. So the fact that there are multiples of them will affect the grade negatively. On the back, this back looks really good. There's a little bit of tanning there in the corner on the top, but nothing too significant. The edge looks good, white there. Looks like there's a little bit of a tear right there. Tears are usually really bad for grades. So I think that might not be a tear because if it had been a tear, I might have given it a lower grade. But the rest of this book looks good. It's not perfect. Once again, there's a little bit of tanning. There's a little bit of something in the corner there. But in general, it looks quite good on the back. So those color-breaking spine ticks, I think, are going to put this into the 9.0 category. Next, we have another copy of The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 238. This is a nice looking book, but nowhere near as nice as the previous one. You'll see already all those color-breaking spine ticks right there. But once again, you have to turn the corner and look at it from this angle. And now you're going to see those aren't just color-breaking. Those are like paper breaking. They almost look like tiny little tears in the book. That is going to hurt the grade more significantly than any color-breaking spine tick, obviously. Now, the rest of this book looks good. There in Spider-Man's arm right there, you can see there's a bit of a color-breaking scratch. That's also going to hurt the grade. But in general, the front of this book looks pretty good other than the things that I flagged. The back of this book has some issues. That black line along the edge there, that's just due to a miswrap. That is not going to affect the grade negatively, but some of the color rub and scratching in there might. Also, you see the light
there on the edge, it looks like there's a little bit of a lift in the paper causing a bit of a crease. That is going to hurt the grade, absolutely. And here you see the backside version of all of those paper breaking spine ticks. That will, of course, like mentioned before, hurt the grade. It's also a little bit of brown there. There's some color rub there at the top of the advertisement. For me, all of this adds up to a 7.5. Finally, we have Spider-Man issue number 1. This is, in general, a really nice looking book, but it is not perfect. The spine looks really, really good here. That white dot right there, I believe, is a flaw in printing. You see the way the light interacts with it, and really it doesn't change the light. It makes me think that it's not damaged. There is a little color breaking spine tick there in the black at the bottom. But the rest of the spine looks really, really good, even as you turn this corner. Now, what I will mention is that what I think is very important when you assess books is you go to an area with overhead light directly above the book you are assessing, and bounce that light right off the cover, just like I am with this book. And that hot spot that you see, that hot spot is going to show you a lot of things that you would miss under other conditions. Now on the back here, the back of this book looks also really good. That's a sharp corner. I don't see any color rub. I don't see any problems. Now halfway down here on the arm of that Lego guy, right there, you see there along the edge, you see the way the light is bouncing off of it? It shouldn't act like that. It's doing that because there's a lift there in the paper that's actually causing a crease that's pretty significant there. That is going to hurt the grade, and that is unfortunate because the rest of this book looks really, really good. So back when I assessed this book, I gave it a 9.4, and I'm going to stick with it for today.
All right, so you've had an opportunity now to assess the first 3 books from this collection right here. You've seen it in the raw before it got sent to CGC. You've seen any kind of defects that might be there, and you have a guess for yourself of what you think the grade should be. I have also told you what I think the grade is, and now we're going to unbox the first of these 3 boxes and see if I got the grades right and see how I did. Now, I'm not exactly 100% sure what's in this box right now because we have a long list of them. I have a pretty good idea based off of, I know it's 3 different submissions. I saw some of the paperwork back from CGC through Octavio, but I haven't seen the grades themselves. I'm pretty sure I know what the first 3 are. But we'll find out right now. Well, one of the things I like to do in these videos is assess the packing. And there should be 6 books in this box. And this is kind of a big box for 6 books. So they have a little bit of extra bubble wrap here. They have this thing on the top, which they do a lot. I don't want to see it grades. But you'll see here, there's a decent amount of bubble wrap in there filling the void. It's because they basically have the size boxes that they have. And if you get a 6-book submission, they are going to be put into like a 10-book box and with some extra space in there. But once again, I don't want to see them. Now, I believe Octavio told me that these 6 books should have special labels. So that's fun. I'm a fan of special labels. I know some people aren't. I personally am. So I'm going to separate 3 of them, and then I'm going to put these 3 right here. Now I have to do this without looking. I can at least feel what the back of the... Okay, those are the backs. Okay, great. So let's take this first one out, see what it is. Okay, the book is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 238. This is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin. This is very, very cool. Okay, so Octavio has 2 of these books in this submission. One of them is, I guessed, is a 7.5, and the other one is a 9.0. Now, I don't know which one this is off the top of my, just looking at it first. I'm going to guess this is the 9.0, but let's see. So let's go ahead and show you the grade. Okay. And now I am going to take a look at the grade myself. It is a 9.0. Awesome. Awesome. That's really, really great. The special label on this one is a fun one. I really like the grade being torn in half, similar to how it's being done on the cover with the Spider-Man suit. This is very cool. Cool. So it looks like I nailed the grade on this book. I am always happy when that happens. Frankly, doing a lot of these videos recently, I feel like I've been too harsh in my grading and that I've been undergrading things. And so I'm kind of happy to see that I nailed one. Now I'm really hoping this is the other one. From the back of the cover, it looks like it is. Yes! Great. So this is the other one of these. So my guess on this book is that it is a 7.5. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2 on this submission. Let's show you the grade. Okay. And now let's show me the grade. 8.0. 8.0. Okay, I am totally okay with that. Being off by 1 grade increment, you know, being off because 7.5 is the next lowest grade after 8.0. Being off that much just by 1 increment, I am totally okay with, especially if my guess was a little bit lower than the actual grade. I always want to be wrong in a lower sense. I don't want to guess 8.5 and get an 8.0. I want to guess 7.5 and get an 8.0. So I feel pretty good about my guess for this book, and I feel great about the results. So that's really, really good. And finally, in the 3 books that we are going to take a look at in this video, we have, which one is this? Okay, this is Spider-Man issue number 1. This is a hip-hop variant cover of Nas's Illmatic album, okay? I'm reading the label here because I didn't know that information off the top of my head, but that's what it is. It also has this really great Miles special label on it. I guessed that this book was going to be a 9.4. So let's go ahead and see what the actual grade from CGC is. Okay. I have to be careful because I can actually kind of see the grade through here, and I want to see it as I look at it right now. 9.0. Well, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one because the difference between a 9.0 and a 9.4 is significant, at least in my assessment. It's not way off, but it's more off than I want to be. I don't think we're going to bother doing any post-grading analysis, but I know that for myself, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the video and see if I can't figure stuff out. I'm going to look at this book. Like, looking at it right now, I don't see... Oh, this book looks really good. I'm a bit surprised that this got a 9.0. I don't see anything jumping out at me that says like, oh yeah, this looks like a 9.0 book in my hand. I understand where they got it. It looks a lot better than a 9.0. Interesting. Well, you win some, you lose some. Like I said, I said that the difference between a 9.4 and a 9.0 is significant. It's really not significant, but to me, I feel like there's a noticeable difference between the two, and this one definitely looks more into the 9.4 category than the 9.0, but so it goes. I have to defer to CGC, and they're the experts. I know a lot of people like to criticize them, and they say, these grades are garbage, but you gotta go with them. And the other two were really close, so, so it goes. Well, that's interesting. So like I said, I recommend maybe going back now that you know what the grade is. If you guessed 9.0, good for you. Let me know down in the comments how you did on your guesses. Did you nail them? Were you way off? Were you close like I was on these first 2 books and more off with this third one? I'd be interested to know how you did scoring yourself down in the comments. Well, this is really, really great. I'm really, once again, excited about these series of videos that are going to be coming out. Make sure if you like this content, you like this video, you like this opportunity to test your comic book grading skills, that you hit that like button. Let's get the word out there. Let's let people know about these videos. In addition, if you haven't already subscribed, now is the time to subscribe. If there was ever a time, now's the time, because I'm going to have so many more of these videos coming out. I highly recommend that you subscribe so that you get a chance to see them all. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.